You know what? We talked about the slap last night on the podcast, and originally we just chalked it up as just some BS acting or whatever the case may be. We thought, we'll cover it just because it's what everyone's talking about, right? But I think the slap was a little more nefarious. I think we're looking at, corporate media, like almost like guerrilla advertising via outrage, which isn't unheard of, but I think that's what we're seeing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull over the video real quick. We'll start watching the video where the slap happens, and then I'm going to get into some more information.
Oh, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay.
All right, and that's really all we need to do. We don't need to go any further, So Chris Rock makes his joke about G.I. Jane because Jada Pinkett Smith has a shaved head due to the condition of alopecia that she's dealing with. Big fucking deal. It's really not that big of a deal for a woman that is at her age that can easily, take any steps that she wants to either cover it up or change it and regardless, she looks good with a shaved head. She's doing just fine. And not to mention, where she's at, her position in life. Whatever. That's all well and good. But where we get into some weird stuff, some conspiratorial stuff, if you will, is when we start looking into the sponsors of the Oscars. So let me go ahead and I'll just pull up one more. Yeah, let me just pull this up. Oh, okay. You're gonna like this. Hey, who is this? Who is this sponsoring the Oscars? It sure looks like it's sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech. I'm not really so concerned about BioNTech, but let's just pay attention to Pfizer, right? So Pfizer's sponsoring the Oscars. Not crazy because they sponsor practically everything else. Every news story that you see, sponsored by Pfizer. And so now you've got them sponsoring the Oscars. You wouldn't think it's a big deal. But let's look at why it might be a big deal, or why it's, they're playing with your emotions. They're toying with you for the purpose of advertising. So let's leave Pfizer out of this for 1 second. We're going to talk about a company called Arena Pharmaceuticals. And Arena Pharmaceuticals, all right, we're going to go to this one. So Arena Pharmaceuticals announces the first subject doses in phase 2 trial evaluating etrasimod in alopecia. That's in September of 2020. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Arena Pharmaceuticals announces first subject doses in the phase 2 trial evaluating etrasimod in alopecia. And this is just another example. And there's more of these. Hold on. We're going to grab another one. Here we go. Here's a good one. Arena is developing etrasimod, a next-generation once daily and selective, I don't know what these words are, but if you scroll down to where I've also highlighted, it is in a phase 2 study, is evaluating etrasimod in alopecia patients. The company is advancing the candidate to a phase 3 registrational program to evaluate it as a potential treatment. There you go. Now we're talking about phase 3 trials, right? So we're moving along. This is progressing. All right, so they're getting there, right? Okay, well, what's this we see? Oh, Pfizer completes acquisition of Arena Pharmaceuticals. And what's that date? March 11th of 2022? What was that? That was only like 2 weeks ago. Right before the Oscars? They bought this company? Now, call me crazy, but the breadcrumbs are just too easy to follow. You want to call this conspiratorial, which I did see someone mentioning it. It's almost like the mainstream media was getting out in front of this, calling people conspiratorial if they brought this up, which obviously caused me to go down the rabbit hole, because when they say not to look into something, my first instinct is to look into it, because they're liars almost 99% of the time. The media lies more often than people survive from COVID. So let's see. We got a couple more. Oh, and then you see this. This is trending in the news today. What is alopecia? A look at a condition at the center of the Will Smith attack on Chris Rock. Boom, now they're running it. You're getting the free advertising. So Pfizer sponsors the event. They sponsor all the mainstream media. They're probably a funding apparatus for this local news. This is clickorlando.com. I'm not saying that they are because I don't know, but they seem to fund every media outlet there is, including Fox. They're funding both sides of this thing. So just a word for the wise. You know, this was an act of deception. This was intended to, you know, cause a media outrage, shine a much brighter light on the condition of alopecia, which is going to be beneficial to Pfizer since they just sank large sums of money into a company, Arena Pharmaceuticals, which has a late-stage clinical medication for alopecia called etrasimod. And now if you go to Arena Pharmaceuticals' website, this is what you see. Arena is now part of Pfizer. Brought to you by Pfizer. It's just fantastic. You can't make it up. Hold on, I've got one more. Where is it? I thought I had one more. I might be running out of steam here. Let me just pull up the actual video that I found this on. Don't you play? I did not say play. Okay. All right. So this is a tweet that I found. This is just one of many that kind of led me down the rabbit hole. So here you go. This is what was going on. This is one of the little adverts that was out there for the Oscars before the Oscars were aired.
BioNTech and Pfizer are proud sponsors of the Oscars. This year, back at the Dolby.
So this year, make sure you pay attention if you might have alopecia, because Pfizer just spent a boatload of money on a new pharmaceutical company that they acquired that has an alopecia medicine. So Will Smith, totally acting, which explains why we thought it looked that way. So I guess this was just an attempt by Pfizer and the Oscars and Will Smith and Chris Rock to treat you like a piece of shit, because we the people are always getting dicked. Semper Fallis. I'm out.